I'm sure we've all tasted that nice, warm, savory bite of pizza, but we've all probably also experienced when there's only one piece left and more than one person still wants pizza. In this case, what do we do? This brings us the pizza dilemma. This lesson is going to be about adding fractions with unlike denominators. It goes with the Common Core standard of add and subtract fractions with unlike denominators, including mixed numbers, by replacing given fractions with equivalent fractions in such a way as to produce an equivalent sum or difference of fractions with like denominators. In this lesson, we will only be adding fractions with unlike denominators. Some of the language we'll be using is a numerator, denominator, like and unlike denominator, equivalent, least common denominator, and least common multiple. And this lesson is for grade 5. So let's start with a refresher of what exactly the parts of the fraction are. So our number on the top is called the numerator. The number on the bottom of the fraction is called the denominator. The numerator is the number of parts that are currently present, and then the denominator is the number of total parts. So if you look at this picture of the pizza at the bottom, you can see that originally there were 8 pieces. So we put 8 as our denominator because that's the total pieces of pizza that there were. But now there are only 7 remaining. So we are left with 7/8 of the pizza. Let's look at a fraction like this, where we have a like denominator to begin. 2/5 plus 3/5 equals 5/5. In this problem, we know that we can simply add 2 plus 3 because they have the same denominator. But if we look at the next one, these two have unlike denominators. So what should we do? We have 3/4 plus 1/8. How can we add those? We start by looking for a least common denominator. In this case, our least common denominator would be 8 because 4 can be multiplied by 2 to give us 8. So 8 is a multiple of 4. So, since we have to multiply 4 by 2 to get 8, we have 8 as our denominator in the answer, and then we have to do the same thing to the top as we did to the bottom of the fraction. So we multiply 3 by 2 as well. And then our new problem is 6/8 plus 1/8, which gives us 7/8. Let's look at another one. 1/3 plus 5/12. Again, we have an unlike denominator. But 12 is again a multiple of 3. What do we multiply 3 by to get 12? We multiply it by 4. So we're going to have our answer will be with a denominator of 12. So we multiply the 3 by 4 and get 12 as our denominator. And then we must do the same to the top. So we multiply 1 by 4. And our new fraction that we're going to add is 4/12 plus 5/12, which is going to give us 9/12. And we know that we can simplify this because both of these can be divided by 3, and our final answer would be 3/4. Let's look at this one. 1/3 plus 2/5. Can 3 be multiplied by something to give us 5? No, it cannot. Therefore, we must find and use our least common multiples. So, this is going to be 15. 3 can be multiplied by 5 to give us 15, And 5 can be multiplied by 3 to give us 15 as well. So our new problem is going to have 15 in the denominator. And as we did before, we must do the same to the top as we do to the bottom. So in 1/3, we're going to multiply 1 by 5, and in 2/5, we're going to multiply 2 by 3. So our new question will be 5/15 plus 6/15, and this is going to give us 11/15. By the end of this lesson, after you've had practice, I bet you'll be saying, I love adding unlike fractions.